weekend millionaires. Just trying to be cool. Yeah, one day we'll be there. Till Monday comes again. We're weekend millionaires.
Hello everyone, this is Sam, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the last encounter of the Spirit Vale raid wing, which is Sabetha the Saboteur. Druid here can have two different roles that we're going to be calling Basic and Kiter. In the Basic role, we are going to be healing the team and buffing it, and in Kiter you're going to be healing a little bit more proactively and making sure that the buffs are being put on the team. Now, in this video, I am going to be playing as a Condi Druid in a full Scourge group. This means that I am particularly lucky and I have the luxury of dealing more damage while healing a little bit less, and also I won't be having to kite. This is a lot of stuff that I won't have to do, which is why I'm going to be focusing the explanation on the mechanics that we have to deal with. The encounter is separated in multiple phases. At each 25%, Sabetha is going to leave the platform and the champion is going to come in, and throughout the gameplay video I will be explaining what each champion does and what you need to do to make sure that you negate the mechanics or mitigate the damage. When it comes to healing and buffing the team, there is one thing you need to look out particularly for. Throughout the encounter, cannons will spawn around the arena, and the shots that they do towards the platform are going to be taking the form of a red AoE on the ground. If people stand in this, they take quite a bit of damage, and it is really the most important part of your job to make sure that you heal the people if they take damage from this. Now, without further ado, we're going to be having a look at what I am taking for this encounter, and then what I am gonna be doing as we watch the gameplay video. When it comes to the utilities for this encounter, as I said, your role is to heal and buff the team. For this reason, we are taking a Frost Spirit and a Sun Spirit. I also be having a Glyph of Empowerment, because I want to make sure that the team gets full damage buffs. Now, when it comes to the elite skill, since I am playing in a full Scourge subgroup and I have the luxury of playing Condi Druid, I'm gonna be taking Entangle. If you're playing regular healer in Magi or Harriers, you're going to want to go for a Spirit of Nature because it's going to be able to keep your team topped up much better in the first and last phase of the encounter. When it comes to the pets that I am taking, I am going to be using exactly the same ones as Gorseval. I'm going to be taking the Boga for damage, I'm going to be taking the Gazelle for CC. CC is going to matter especially when the second champion will reach the platform. Now that we have gone over everything that the Druid takes for this encounter, let's have a look at the gameplay. Once again, I am playing very aggressively because this is a full Scourge group, and if you are playing in a group that requires more healing, or if you are kiting yourself, you're gonna need to make sure that you play much more calm and focus on the healing. Now, let's have a look at the gameplay. Here, as we start the encounter and get towards the platform, one of the players is getting the first mechanic. This is a red AoE that grows and detonates at the end, and you want to be outside of the stack when you get it. You can see that one of our player is doing the kiting role, which I am not doing, of course. They move outside of the stack whenever they see the second hip shot from Sabetha to make sure that the burning AoE, that we call the flag shot, doesn't stay on the group. See, I got the red bomb right now and moved out of the group to get back in and heal them and buff them. This is what you will want to keep doing throughout the encounter. Always make sure that everyone is topped off before a flame wall happens and you need to either throw someone or the stack to move. Here, I also have the green bomb, but since we are not throwing anyone on the first cannon, I am skipping the mechanic. As Sabetha is being replaced by Kerman, the first sub-boss, we all move behind her so that we do not get hit by the expanding shot. Then we're simply going to be focusing on bringing her down while I am healing people taking damage from the cannon, as you can see on the left part of the screen. Then someone is getting ready to be thrown for the next cannon. We make sure that they are being sent before Sabetha comes back. Now, we're going to be focusing our damage on Sabetha instead of Kerman, and I make sure that everyone is healed because we're going to be rotating around the flame wall through some cannon shots. This is very important because if someone downs in a cannon shot and the flame wall gets above them, they will be defeated instantly. Simply doing our damage, we are already moving on to the next phase where Sabetha is going to be replaced by the second champion. As you can see, having 2 cannons up means that we take a lot of damage, and I'm gonna be downing because I have misplaced myself in an AoE when I was already low. Thankfully my team picks me up, we can keep going through the second champion. You will want to make sure that you swap to Gazelle when Knuckles gets on the arena, because you want to CC him at the start of his encounter and at the end of it. Right now, having low pressure from the cannons, you can also make sure that you top off everyone's health bars before getting onto the next phase. I just kicked a bomb which was on the ground. These bombs deal damage to the platform, same as cannons do, and you want to make sure that you kick them off so that the platform doesn't risk dying anew with it. You can see the health bar on the platform on the top right part of the screen. In this part of the encounter, we get 2 of the red bombs at once, which means that 2 people need to leave the stack and have to coordinate so that they do not blow each other up, nor the kiter. So it is very important that you keep an eye on everyone at that point, because if one of the 3 gets low, you have to correct it. And if they explode within the group like you just saw, you also have to correct it. Despite playing in Condi gear, you can see that the health bars of the team are nearly full. This is because we have a lot of damage mitigation on Scourges, and because I also try to keep everyone healed by using my glyphs when they are available and when a lot of people are stacked on top of me. Now Sabetha is going to be moving away and we get the last champion, Kade. Kade has a flamethrower which deals a lot of damage in front of him and also stacks burning. He will also be summoning some turrets around the arena that you will need to get rid of so that they do not deal too much damage to your team. Usually if you have a Scourge in your team, the Epidemic is going to be enough to take care of it, but otherwise you might have to be helping the Berserker to take care of it. See, having 2 bombs, I made sure that I avoided the kiter as their role is critical to the team, and I am healing everyone as we are rotating around Sabetha and taking damage from the falling rocks as well as the cannon shots. This phase is definitely the heaviest in terms of damage that you take, and you need to make sure that you have some avatar control and management throughout it, and that you do not simply camp it and risk wasting all of it before some more pressure is there. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this explanation.